By Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Today's visit to our indefatigable client, OsazuwaAkonedo Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS headquarters, Abuja, was ably led by the legal Iroko of our time, our erudite lead counsel, Chief Mike Ozicome, San, Con, OFR, PhD. It was a unique visit because far-reaching instructions and compelling urgent directives pertinent to the present peculiar prevailing circumstance in our nation were given and taken. The meeting. Our full legal team, eminently led by the man of letters, Chief Mike Ozicome, San, spent quality time with OsazuwaAkonedo today, during which at the all-important meeting, serious legal issues of concerns were raised and discussed. Also, update on the status of the federal government's appeal against our hard-won judgment at the Court of Appeal and our own cross-appeal, all of which are currently pending before the Supreme Court, were fully provided by our legal team ably led by our hardworking and proactive lead counsel, Chief Ozicome, San. OsazuwaAkonedo condemns destructive activities of marauders. Destructive activities of some hired marauders who are presently exploiting the temporary absence of OsazuwaAkonedo to cause untold mayhem, vandalism and calamity on our sacred ancestral lands were thoroughly discussed. OsazuwaAkonedo reiterated and emphasized his long-held position of distancing himself and his IPOB movement from the illegal and nefarious activities of these godforsaken elements who mean no well for the Ndigbo and Elegbo. Specific directives given today by OsazuwaAkonedo before, and to the knowledge of our erudite lead counsel Chief Ozicome, San, and Barrister Nnamdi Ejiofor. From the foregoing background, OsazuwaAkonedo specifically requested his legal team to inform Ezigbo Umu Chineke, and all lovers of peace and freedom of the following. That in our quest for and prosecution of our people's God-given right to self-determination, our people cannot themselves be seen as those trampling upon the fundamental rights of other people to exercise their own freedoms and fundamental rights. That our people shall vehemently resist, and must not allow any form of criminality to overshadow or becloud their legitimate and internationally sanctioned aspiration for a peaceful nation of their own, devoid of any forms of violence and intimidation. That any person who obeys or enforces any unsanctioned sit-at-home instructions which are being declared and imposed by some criminal elements who have been paid huge sums of money by some faceless persons to blackmail and consequently destroy him and his IPOB movement should count himself or herself as the number one enemy of OsazuwaAkonedo and our peace-loving people, and consequently, such persons must be aware of the grave and dire consequences that lie ahead them for such criminal acts. OsazuwaAkonedo unequivocally stated that he has not ordered any sit-at-home in Biafra land. He directs that all our people should go about their normal life and businesses without let or hindrance, so as not to destroy the socio-economic life of our people, which have become the envy of all. OsazuwaAkonedo reiterated that our people should act with the greatest circumspection, particularly now that the international conspiracy and the ongoing blackmail has assumed a new dimension of dangerous proportions, being perpetrated and orchestrated by those clearly acting the script of their paymasters. These are the evil elements relentlessly dishing out brazen threats, blatant lies and barefaced falsehood to our people. These are the same persons that recruit, control and command criminal elements who have been imported into our land to kidnap, maim, kill and commit all sorts of atrocities with a view to justifying government's continued illegal and unconstitutional detention of OsazuwaAkonedo, and thus provide government's much-needed alibi, platform and simulated justification for the international community to recognize the illegal and criminal proscription of the otherwise peace-loving IPOB, which is currently on appeal. That it will be foolhardy of our people not to decipher, see through and recognize the dangerous prevailing international conspiracy to blackmail his peaceful IPOB movement and portray Umu Chineke in bad light as vicious and murderous kidnappers and armed killers, whereas, they are not, have never been, and will never be. That the criminal elements who have been imported into our land to desecrate same should know that kidnapping is a criminal offense of grievous nature for which the Holy Bible sanctions the execution of the perpetrators. OsazuwaAkonedo maintains that kidnapping is evil and alien to our culture and psyche as a people of God. That anyone who is involved in any form of criminality under the thin guise of freedom fighting is an enemy of our peace-loving and hardworking people, and also of OsazuwaAkonedo too. That Umu Chineke should know that our people are surrounded by many enemies and as such, must be circumspect about their actions and utterances before the world, so as not to fall prey into their booby traps and already dug pits. That the world is watching with keen interest, even as those fully funded by the enemies, and who do not want OsazuwaAkonedo to be freed, are desperately exploring all avenues to carry out their evil and nefarious activities, so as to later turn around to blame and hang these on Nnamdi and his peaceful IPOB movement. More importantly, that discerning mind should understand that the reason why the federal government of Nigeria has refused to obey the Court of Appeal order which directed his unconditional release non-further prosecution, and even refused to take any steps towards prosecuting their appeal before the Supreme Court, by failing to file relevant court processes before the court, is because they are relentlessly scouting around for possible items and loopholes to blackmail him, his IPOB movement, and our people. Our people should never give or dignify them with such ignoble and inglorious opportunity. This is why our people must reject, denounce, and fight to a standstill all forms of criminality in our land which are being perpetrated by the enemies of our people. These are those who are fully engaged in maiming, killing, and kidnapping our innocent sons and daughters, so as to mask them as IPOB engineered atrocities. Enough is enough, please. Appreciation. Characteristically, Nnamdi thanked his formidable legal team led by Cerebral Chief Mike Ozikome, San. He sends his full appreciation and thanks to all Ezigbo Umuchinik for standing firm on strong altruistic principles of emancipation and self-determination and not letting him down. He is profoundly grateful for your uncommon solidarity, love, loyalty, and your indomitable spirit of commitment and perseverance. Nnamdi continues to urge you all to remain law-abiding, as you have always demonstrated before the slow infiltration of criminal elements into your just, noble, and patriotic cause. Thank you all, Ezigbo Umuchinik, and remain blessed. At Views Exclusive Rights, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor, IPOB's lead counsel, 5th of December 2022.